I think that it's such a great pleasure and honor for all of us today because the president of MITA, Mr. Uzaidi Udanis, willingly to accept this invitation to have a sharing with all of us today about the topic of opportunities and challenges in MFT industry post-pandemic and what is happening out there. So basically, previously during the first session, we had sharing by Dr. Shakirin, where he did share on theory ecosystem, Muslim-friendly ecosystem, and now we want to see what is happening in industries, basically. We have two platforms, basically here, the first platform is basically in Zoom, which is most of it is a community, and also the lecturers, but we also have a live platform, which is in YouTube. We invite students to join in YouTube session, also live YouTube. I think before I pass to the session to our honorable speaker, let me introduce a little bit about him, which I feel I'm amazed to read about his bibliography. There are too many contributions. I think that, mashallah, that's such a great contribution. His name is Mr. Uzaidi bin Udanis, which is, he completed his degree in two universities, which is California State University and Indiana State University in Bachelor of Science in Finance and Bachelor of Art in Economics. He currently holds position as President Malaysia Inbound Tourism Association, MITA, and also Board Director of Tourism Pahang. And at the same time, he also holds position as President Malaysia Tourism Council, MTC, and also Board Director of Tourism Malaysia. Talking about his contribution, he has actively joined in NGO, tourism NGO, since he began to join the tourism industry in 1986. At the time, even I didn't born yet. But talking about his contribution at that time, talking about holding position, even the position itself, he also be part of the executive of Bureau in Inbound and also Mata Fair, become actually he's the founder of Malaysian Inbound Tourism Association, had experience become a vice president of MATA, director of MATA Academic, and also become Inbound Exco for MATA KL chapter. And the list of the position goes along. And then among his achievements, he successfully convinced all the international investor from Maldives to develop 5-star Palm Beach Resort in Cherating. He's also be part of the marketing consultant, international marketing consultant, and also had experience to convince airlines company from Balkan Airlines. Okay, for your information, Balkan Airlines actually among the popular in Europe and Italy. So he convinced this airline to actually have trips to Malaysia to open the trip. And then I think that's the least along the contribution. I think that's lets us without wasting our time to hear the sharing from Mr. Uzaidi. I think that's over to you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Puan Siti, for the fantastic introductions. I feel that I've been blown up to the air. Thank you very much for the fantastic introductions. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera to everybody who are here in this platform, and also with this through YouTube and through this Zoom and through other social media. First of all, I would like to congratulate IUM for the 40th anniversary, and also KLM for 10th anniversary. And I am so happy, so honored to be invited to these sessions, to meetups, the communities of International Islamic Universities of Malaysia, and also the together with the future leaders. I've been told that IIUM have been contributing a lot, especially in Malaysia, and hopefully that we'll be able to have a lot of new leaders, new innovative and aggressive leaders from IIUM. So I'm so honored, and thank you very much for inviting me to these sessions, these fantastic sessions. And I would like to thanks to everyone for having this kind of sessions. Currently, we are in the new world. We are actually, we are learning each other. A lot of things are new to us. As you know that this platform, this Zoom platform is not a regular or what do you call it, a usual platform for us, especially for me, like old timers. I feel old when Siti said she was not born when when I just started in this industry. So I feel like a dinosaur, a dinosaur in this world, about to be extinct. So nevertheless, thank you for the invitations, and hoping that this session will be more on exchange views, more interactive, more engagement, rather than just have one way. So I hope that I don't know how can we communicate with the audience, but I really appreciate those who are in the Zoom be able to chat, to introduce yourself, so that I can be able to know the audience, the what is their expectations in these sessions. And those who are in YouTube, probably you can just give comments in YouTube's. And for those who want to DM me, you can just go to Twitter accounts, Twitter platforms, just mentions my name at Uzaidi. So I'll be able to pick up some of the comments. I'll be able to communicate with you. We need a lot of engagement with this session. I was told about 2.5 hours. I think this is my first time. I'm not a lecturer. I'm not a doctor or some, professor or lecturer. But I will try my best to engage. On my part, it's more towards the industry, and trying to solve all kind of problems and try to assist the industry during this pandemic. So without further ado, maybe if, with your permission, Siti, I can share my slides. Yeah, all right. Okay, let me see if I can share my slides here. All right, here you go. Okay, let me see if I can. Where is it? Oops. All right. Okay. Okay, can you see my slides, Siti? Boleh ke? Nampak ke? All right. Okay, thank you.
Okay, nampak.
All right. Today I've been entrusted to share a little bit some points on the opportunities and challenges in Muslim-friendly tourism industry post-pandemic. So what is happening out there? That means what's happening in this tourism industry. Are we still surviving? Are we still in ICU ward, or are we still moving forward or moving backwards? So I think this is very interesting topic, which I think a lot of us have their own opinions, their own points of view. So maybe we can do a little bit of sharing. So for those who have who want to be more to give some comments or some opinions, everything, please do so. Please do so. There is no protocol. I would like to have more engagement. I'm so excited today, and I feel so nervous after Solat Subuh. I feel like, wow, I was I don't know how to engage with the young people, young millennial. Even though I feel like I am a millennial, but I'm very old compared to you guys. And looking at this scenario nowadays, people don't sit in 2 hours or 3 hours a lecture. People don't sit and listen. Even now with this TikTok, it's like 15 seconds. Can you believe it? 15 seconds. I don't know whether our attention span is getting shorter and shorter, but this is what it is. I'm learning a lot through TikTok on particular subjects. So talking about TikTok, please follow me at TikTok. My account is at Uzaidi Udanis. And currently I'm sharing more towards inbound tourisms, where I need a lot of our friends, a lot of our rakyat to be involved in inbound tourisms. All right. So today I'm just talking a little bit more opportunities and also challenges, and I hope be able to give some feedback. All right. So So let's go. So let's look at our scenario before COVID. As you know, Malaysia is one of the top destinations in the world. People love to come to Malaysia, and we are one of the first country who innovate and who are more tourism friendly. We're talking about just Muslim friendly, but years ago we are actually tourism friendly. Tourist friendly, and also tourism friendly. I mean, tourism industry friendly. So therefore, our country has grown very fantastic rate and become one of the top destinations in the world. It may not be in top 10, but it was one of the top destinations in the world. If you look into the statistics of these numbers of tourist arrival before COVID. It was started in 2007 with amount of 20 million tourists, international tourists. We talk about international tourists. How do we define international tourists? They must stay one night. At least they must stay one night. At least they must stay one night here in Malaysia. If we're talking about Singaporeans who coming to Johor Bahru for shopping and goes back again in the same day, that's not tourists. We consider tourists must stay at least one night in Malaysia. So the 2007 we have received more than 20 millions international tourists. With the tourists received, I mean tourists received the amount of the tourism's revenue for the countries. It came to 53 billions. And if you can check the whole timeline from 2007, 2008, 2009, 2000 until 2019, we have tremendously increased the tourist arrival, the international tourist arrival to Malaysia. That's a big achievement for all of us, not only for an industry, but it has spillover to the whole economy of the country, where we have received more than 86 billion ringgit. You're talking about B, not millions, B. Not juta, it's billions of receipts. That means that 86 billion was spending here in Malaysia for the tourism's purposes. So that's a big amount. So therefore, the tourism industry came to the to what they call to understanding by the Minister of Finance or Ministry of Trades that Malaysia that the tourism industry is actually contributed a lot to the GDP. In fact, it was number 3 after the manufacturing and also commodity. We are a manufacturing country, but we are a tourism's country. So therefore, tourism is very important. So 2019, we have received more than 26 million international tourists, and with the receipt of 86 billion. That's the big achievement. Then come with this Uncle Google. But before that, I would like to just stated that 2019, as I mentioned, 26 millions and 86 billions of tourist receipt, and the average stay of the tourists is 7 nights. 7 nights. That's a long night. That means the longer the distance the tourists, probably they stay here longer. Of course, the top 10 tourist arrival, no surprise, from Singapore. Singapore loves to come here to stay at least one night here in Malaysia. And also the Indonesia, they enjoyed Malaysia very much. And also this China, Thailand, Brunei, India, South Korea, Japan, Philippines, and Vietnam. These are actually our market. You're talking about the actual market. 70% of our tourists here in Malaysia, you're talking about international tourists, are actually from ASEAN. So that's the ASEAN, a very important market for us in Malaysia. So this is the snapshot before COVID. When it comes to this Uncle COVID, then it has like jumpy bungee jumpy with 83% drop. It was the worst drops. It's not surprising. Not only tourism industry, everybody. It was when they're doing this what do you call it, PKP, MCO, and everything. Or definitely, our tourism industry is actually depends on the movement. That's our DNA of this business. We cannot deny that. Our DNA of business is to move people from point A to point B. but during this MCO, everything, we can't do that. So definitely it has dropped the numbers of the tourists. 83%. That's huge amount. Yeah. And also this chief our Jabatan Statistics, Ketua Pengarah Jabatan Statistics, Datuk Sri Muhammad Izzi, was saying that 2020 during the pandemic was only 4 million tourists. There were some tourists, they were not zero, there were some tourists. This is through probably the business, and also some businessmen, also some students who came here for the purpose of the activities, not mainly for tourists. Yeah. All right. So okay, then comes last year. It has improved a little bit. As you know, the government has allowed interstates and a little bit on relaxations. We have received 130,000 from 26 million. Can you believe it? From 26 million, then we receive 100,000 only. With only the tourist receipt about 200 million. It's a big drop. And we were so lucky when the government was saying that from April 1st, the country will be open. The international border. So we thought April 1st. We thought it was April Fool. It is in one of the April Fool joke. But it's not. It was not, and the government is really serious on opening up the international border, from 1st of April. That's where the what do you call it, the different storyline, which we are now looking for the opportunities, and also for trying to solve all the challenges. Siti, do you have any, for example, any comments, any points from the audience or something? Is there any?
Not yet. Just
yeah,
Dr.
okay,
Sam
okay.
asking apa khabar Tuan Zaidi.
Oh,
Just asking.
all right, okay. So I hope you guys please give some comments, some remarks, some whatever points of view, maybe some, we can be more interactive, so that this session will be more lively, not just one way session, so that we learn each other. It's not only me. I'm just sharing, and also probably you guys have more innovative ways and also point of view and perspective, so that we can be more openly discuss. Yeah. All right. Guys, tourism is actually independent industry. We consider it as an industry lead. People, we were thinking that, okay, the government's under the MOTAC, under the tourism's Malaysia. They were helping out a lot to the industry, but at the end of the day, the players must take initiative. It's very difficult if the governments just keep on pushing, but the players don't take it. I mean, they don't do anything. So it requires a lot of initiative. It requires a lot of time consuming. It requires a lot of capital, especially capital required for these initiatives. So we had, before COVID, we had these problems. There are too many people coming in to Malaysia through second link. As you know, second link is one of the one of the entrance for Malaysia from Singapore. We actually depending so much on Changi Airport, because Changi Airport has received a lot of international flights compared to KLIA. So we have to depend on Changi International Airports. Therefore, we need to, when we pick up them to come to Malaysia, one of the way is actually through second link. And when during the peak season, especially during Chinese New Year, second link was a nightmare. People were queuing, long queue, and just to get through the immigration and also customs. With this infra that has in second link, it was not sufficient to receive a lot of tourists to cross over to Malaysia. Therefore, it was a nightmare. So what happened is we had a session with the stakeholders. It was the Minister of KDN, what there was time was Tan Sri Muhyiddin. We were presenting this problem, and what do you call it, the prime ministers and also the ministers agreed that we must have a temporary shelter to make it more comfortable for our tourists while waiting for the immigration's clearance. So therefore, with that, we had set up a lot of toilets, temporary toilets, and temporary canopy for them to, to be more comfortable while waiting for the immigration process. This was lauded by the ambassador of China to Malaysia to make sure, because we depend so much on the Chinese during the Chinese New Year, Chinese tourists who arrive in Changi Airport, and we have to ferry them to Malaysia. So therefore, His Excellency of China Ambassador appreciates the effort of the industries. Therefore, the industry play an important part. We can't just depend on the government's budget. We cannot just depend on the government's green lights for them to initiate on this initiative. All right, this is one of the examples. So the key the takeaway of this slide is actually tourism is industry lead. It's a private sector lead. Yeah, all right.
Mr. Zaidi, it seems that we have a question. Do you want to address it along the way, or?
Yeah, sure. I think it's better. It'll be better rather than wait until the end of the sessions. It will be better so that we have more engagement. As long as it's more related subjects.
Okay, the question is from Dr. Sam. He mentioned that, do you know how much fund were given to industry player affected by COVID? And to your opinion, was it a good strategy made by the government?
Yeah, of course. As you know, the tourism industry is one of the important industry to Malaysia, and we consider tourism industry is low-hanging fruits. We don't need any infrastructure. The one that you remember I showed the last slide was saying that we need a lot of bigger day one, bigger hall for the immigration. You don't have to wait for that. It's more towards the industry lead. So therefore I think government has realized the industry is important. They have given a big portions of the to the Ministry of Tourism on any budget. In fact, I just had a meeting with the Deputy Minister of Finance a few days ago. They were listening to our suggestions and everything. So I'm hoping that these budgets for next year 2023, which will be announced soon in Parliament, will be having bigger allocation and bigger funds. As you know, they were given 400 million for just for marketing purposes. So I hope they will be getting more, because I'm just focusing on marketing, because at the moment currently we are competing with ASEAN countries. Even though we are one of the first country who adopt this tourism industry, but new countries like Vietnam, who has now at same par as Cambodia. We're talking about Cambodia, and these are new countries. Even Indonesia, who depends so much on a Malaysian market, now they are expanding to other parts of the world. Previously, they just focusing in Bali on Bali, but now they are trying to replicate this Bali, trying to make it more Bali, other islands as like Bali. So we have more competitors. When we have more competitors, should we just stay put and just waiting for our customer to come in? No. As you know, with all the big brands, they have give us a good lessons. Marketing must continue. That's why the companies like big brands like Coca-Cola, McDonald's, everything, they keep on marketing. I think everybody knows KFC. Everybody knows KFC. I think Siti, you like. I think you love chicken, KFC. I love, but they keep on marketing it. Why? They keep advertising it. They keep on promoting, because the promotion and marketing is very important for them to, for us, whenever we think about chicken, we go to the KFC. So that's the same thing, Malaysia. We need to promote, we need to keep on making sure that Malaysia is in their mind when they decide where to go for the holidays. Marketing has totally different nowadays. It's not about just a billboard. It's not just about the advertising in the mainstream like TV, everything. It's more towards the social media and to the database. people said database is very Facebook is free. No, Facebook is not free. To target the clients, even TikTok is not, even they are generous with the algorithm of TikTok, but they are business. They are in business. That's why we need to spend money. So that's thank you very much for the questions, Tuan Shamsul. This definitely we need to push to the ministry, to the governments that to have a bigger allocation for marketing purposes in this budget. Thank you. All right. With that, talking about this budget, we were so in comfort zone and before COVID. So when COVID came, we don't know what to do. And you have to be fair to the governments, that the governments, they are still learning. And left us also, we don't know what to do. We are in the dark. It's like a blind leading the blind. So therefore, I noticed that there were 3 bad habits we pick up from this pandemic. Number 1 is blaming game. If you look into newspaper, everything, everybody is blaming. Number 2 is we were like a beggar. We need money. So previously tourism industry was so independent. They were more towards when they market, they get some business, and it's more on self-sufficiency. But without the movement, without the border opens, we need to maintain our business. We need to maintain the hotels. We can't just throw away the hotels or close down. We need to maintain the staff in the hotel. They have staff. The same goes to travel agents and theme park. We need to maintain, and also a zoo. How can we afford to give food to the animals without the revenue from the ticket sales or from sponsorships? So therefore, of course, everybody, wanting for more fund allocations, everything. Number 3 is blind leading blind. There were some people who said that they are expert, but we follow them to the hole. So this is one dilemma which we had before during pandemic, during this pandemic. So I just want to share, because I know a lot of you have understand this, and they know, but I just want to backtrack this, and so that people will appreciate. I mean, people will understand the before and after. Yeah. All right. Let's go for the so in the media, especially the mainstream or social media, everybody was so distressed. Everybody is blaming each other. Everybody especially blaming the governments. And there's one article here, pegawai Motek gagal yakin MOF. They were just pointing each other without realizing that this is new. This is new for us. Of course, everybody made mistake, but we have to share. That's the reason why we need to have a lot more sharing session for us to learn and to understand better. And the objective is to solve the challenge, to solve the problems, not just pointing each other problems. So this is what we had during the pandemic, which is a sad situation, sad state, but there was a past. And we hope that we won't be able to go through again on this matter. Yeah. And during this the MCO, a lot of webinars. I think the IUM also have conducted a lot. I myself have more than hundreds webinars, conducted more than 100 webinars with a few thousands. And talking about that, the tourism industry is one of the most number 1 employers in Malaysia. We employed slightly more than 3.8 million. It's more about estimate 4 millions Malaysians as an employee. So it's one of the biggest employer in Malaysia. So therefore, when we had this COVID, we need to engage a lot of sectors, not only travel agents. We need to engage with the tour operators. We need to engage the staff, hotel staff. We need to engage the airline staff. We need to engage a lot of people. Drivers, the bus driver, the boat drivers, the jet skis operators, the camp, and restaurants, the souvenir shops. So it's a huge ecosystems that we have to we have to take parts. So that's why we are organizing a lot, just to make sure that we are in the we support each other during this pandemic. All right, and a lot of clinics. We want to learn about the pain points and how can we solve it. And together with the Malaysia Productive Corporation, which supporting us a lot during this pandemic, which we need to make sure the productivity level are still on in the positive sides. How can we make ourselves productive even though there is not much activity? Yeah, so these are the things that we have been done. Advisory clinics, and we had done the summits. More than thousands, 2000s have took part on these summits. And we realized after all this, we don't want to just talk. So we realized under these initiatives, under this Malaysia Productive Corporation has summarized it that we need what need to be done. Of course, they were saying about 5 from all these summits, from this workshop, from the webinars. It comes to conclusions that we need to make sure that these 5 elements, we call it 5R, for us to survive, for us to move forward. Number 1 is to reinvent products, which people, when we promote Malaysia, we had a big problem on the perceptions. What should we promote Malaysia? Beach, jungle, food, because the problem is we have so many products in Malaysia. You name it, we have the oldest rainforest in the world. We have the highest mountain in Southeast Asia. We have this the beach, the beautiful sea, a beach like in Maldives. We have fantastic food, all kind of foods, everything anything that you have in Asia, they are found here in Malaysia. That's why they call it Malaysia is truly Asia. So there's so many foods for the foodies. So what is the number 1 slogan or number 1 branding when we say Malaysia? How do we promote it? If you look into Thailand, you can see the Thailand's temples, the temples, everything. You can see it. If you look into Maldives, the sea, the sea. If we're talking about Costa Rica, see the ecotourism and everything. But what about Malaysia? So that's why we need to make sure that the product is still more relevant. We need to have relevance. So reinvent product is very important. We need activities. So, and also number 1, number 2 is to target market. What kind of market are we targeting? What kind of market are we targeting? Are we targeting the niche market, or are we talking across the board? That's why we need to have a research on the target market and the marketing promotions and technology, right on technology, and also recalibrate the industry. So these are the 5. I'm not going to go in details on this. These are the 5 things that which we learn from all those initiatives, through webinars, through workshops, through clinics, that all the players need to adapt. So we have to wake up and to adapt and to learn and to transform from the old business model to the new business model. These are the 5. So with this, that means what? A lot of opportunities. Peluang yang sangat besar on this. Peluang yang sangat besar on this. So I'm going to go details later on. What is the peluang? What is the cabaran? All right. Okay, and also we had to survive. We have thousands of events. You know that we have more than 9,000 buses nationwide. Bus persiaran. You can see the bus persiaran on the road. There's 9,000 buses on the road, and we have vans, thousands of vans, which is idle in the stockyard, doing nothing during this pandemic. So that's why we collaborate with Post Malaysia. We were so lucky to have a good support from the Post Malaysia, and then later other shopping company, which we involve a lot of vans and buses for them to deliver the parcels. These are the win-win situation. We have done that, and this is actually what we need to do during this pandemic. Any crisis, we need to make sure we have to leverage each other's strength, whether assets or whether it's a what do you call it, community or the database or anything, we need to leverage each other, the strength of the each other. So we have done that, and we have done a lot of travel fair, which we know that everybody knows about the travel fair in Malaysia, but never had an intention to attend a virtual travel fair. We have done that, and it was not so big amount of sales, but we have done that, and we were so lucky to get this amount so that we can distribute to all our players. All right, and this another initiative. But we found that a lot of us were thinking, well, let's wait until the pandemic is over. When during this pandemic, during this we call it endemic, now is in an endemic, we found that business no longer as usual. There's no business as usual. A lot of you can see around, even the kedai mama has employed robot to deliver your food. Has it occurred to you 3 years ago that a robot deliver your food? So these are the things, the new things. So we need to think that business no longer as usual. But when we agree that business as usual are not coming back, we are no longer business as usual, can we focus more on innovation initiative instead of just wait and see. So that's why we're hoping that our future leaders in this audience, IIUM, to give us, to share us what is innovations that you were thinking. Because we maybe we are dinosaur, but we need to have a lot of ideas from you guys. So that's why future leaders is very important now to give feedback, so we can mold what kind of industry that we're going to do in next 5 years. So and we are no longer can just put our head under the ground like ostrich if there is a crisis. No longer, we have to face it. No matter how difficult, we have to face it. All right. And through these innovations, we feel that a lot of collaboration. No point of innovation. Can you imagine we innovate what do you call it? Roda, a tire. Roda is a wheel, but nobody using it. Just a round thing. Nobody using it. But with these innovations, there's a lot of collaboration between the car manufacturer, between all these other parts of the cars. It become a car, become an automobile. There was a formula that was adopted by GM and General Motors many years ago. So innovation is nothing if there is no collaboration. So that's why through this pandemic, we found that a lot of collaborations need to be done. After collaboration, we found out that there's a lot of products. Remember that number one is now products, reinvent products. We have this my virtual experience and this Malaysia Productive Corporations. When we sell through virtual hammocking, you can see a lot of hammocking activities. The Taman Negeri has transformed to a new business model. We can see a lot of Taman Negeri established and cater for glamping activities. We can see new products, a new historical or new archaeologies like Sungai Batu, Lenggong. Lenggong have we focus on Lenggong because I myself involved in it. At the end of the day, we have produced more than 150 tourism products in Lenggong. People say, what, Lenggong? What kind of products is there? We have so many. We have deers, we have foods, we have a lot of river activities. So these are the products that we have produced here. So this archaeological package in Lenggong. If people don't know what is Lenggong, Lenggong is one of the site that is endorsed by UNESCO as the heritage sites, and Lenggong was where the oldest skeleton, man skeleton in complete skeleton. They're talking about complete skeleton in Asia, where you know that Peking man, he was not complete. This is Perak man was complete. So this is one of the important site for us in Malaysia. Yeah, so Lenggong is considered as one of the coming up and coming destinations. And volunteerism, people will say, volunteerism, what are you saying, that free? No, it's not free. Recent years, for the past 2 years, we had very unfortunate banjir, so flooded. So a lot of expatriates, they're willing to pay, to give donation and to pay for the packages, to help out, to volunteer for the flood victims. So that's why the volunteerism is very important, gotong royong, and this is one of the segment. Health tourism, sustainable tourism, these are up and coming. I was saying that's on glamping. If you look into this, if you want to book camping or glamping throughout Malaysia, is not that easy because we had a waiting list. And also the dark sky. Dark sky, was saying that the dark sky, yes, dark sky, because Malaysia's sky is Malaysia's sky is polluted. Polluted means developed. With all the light streets, street lights and everything, you can't see the actual dark sky. But with this initiative, we found that a few places that we can enjoy the dark sky, we can enjoy the real all the fantastic sky, the blue sky in Malaysia. So these are some of the innovation. I just want to give you some ideas that we need innovations and we need calibrations. So these are the things, yeah. All right. And travel agents. People say travel agent is a sunset industry. I don't know whether you agree. Please give your comments. You agree that the travel agents are sunset industry? I think you have to ask ourselves. If you book hotels, do you use travel agents or do you use apps or do you use OTA, online travel agents like Booking.com, Agoda, everything? So just give some comments on that and see how you. And that's why the people, a lot of us saying that travel agents are sunset industry. So that's why this is a very critical time for the travel agents. Travel agents are registered in Ministry of Tourism. We are registered. We are actually regulated. There's no lot of regulations, but we were saying that travel agents are sunset strategies. So if you have opinion, let us know. Okay, all right. Okay, I can see Tuan Shamsul, travel agents, online travel agents. Yes. Maybe come on, give some comments. What do you think? Do you think that travel agents are the sunset industry? Even though travel agents are regulated by the Ministry of Tourism and Culture. All right. So I just please give some comments while I'm just go through, and I will give some my point of view. All right. And this is some of the example of the innovations, virtual experience. A lot of virtual sessions we have done. One of the session is Negeri Sembilan, where women rule the clan. It was a sharing session by the tour guides, saying about the adat pepatih. About adat pepatih. They will give priority to a woman in terms of the assets and everything. I was so surprised that this 1 hour session is an interactive session. It's not just YouTube or one-way session. It's an interactive session through Zoom. It was very popular among the Europeans. So we had a lot of audience from Europe, from European. They were so curious. There's a place where the women rule the clans. So that it created the curiosity. It created curiosity. So when we created the curiosity, we need to provide those informations. This is a peluang. This is an opportunity where people say, hey, now the virtual program is no longer exist because we can go and meet up. Yes, we can meet up, but there's also challenges. But with this through this platform, like now, we be able to share information, we be able to understand without spending a lot of money, just to go to the place and to learn about these sessions. So for example, way women rule the clan, it was a very popular among European. They have to pay 30 ringgit. It's not expensive. 30 ringgit for one session. One session is only for only 20 audience, 20 persons, and they can communicate. They can ask everything, communicate, and they understand what is it. At the end of the day, the tour guides managed to upsell the packages to Seremban. I was so surprised. Seremban, where they want to know about Popate. They want to know about they had, Seremban, they had this tree, the oldest rubber tree in Malaysia. It was found in Seremban. People thought it's in Taiping. It was found in Seremban. And they had this. So this actually a new opportunities. Can you imagine? All of us here have their own expertise in makanan, masakan, everything. Or the kampung, the history, the sejarah, the opinion. You can open up the sessions. It's like a live session. It's nothing. It's not a rocket science. It's a live session, but it's more interactive. If you go on Facebook Live, we can chat everything. Yeah, but if you go to Zoom, you'll be able to communicate with the speaker and everything, and to understand, to learn. This is actually one of the what we call it teaser. Teaser. These are big opportunities. So please have a look at it, and see how you can take advantage on this platform. Yeah. All right. I have these comments from Tuan Shamsul. Is innovation is required for travel agent? Yes, I agree with you, Tuan. I agree with you. Travel agents require some innovations, and Puan Nur Shahada agree with the travel agent role is currently diminished, and everybody was, I agree, everybody was doing all these online travel agents booking, and also the Tuan Azrin, travel agents need to provide value added. Yeah, betul, value added. That's the keyword. The keyword is value added. You got it, Tuan. Value added. We cannot just sell 3 days 2 nights Langkawi. One night in hotel booking. There's no way because the hotel are selling themselves. So there's no way. So we have to have value added. Example, if you the activities, the what they call it, the experience, that's important. If you have customers here in Kuala Lumpur, you'll be able to sell the experience. What kind of experience? Example, like in Kemensa, 10 minutes away from KLCC, you'll be able to enjoy your meals, your picnic in the river, having your table and having the barbecue lamb. It just matter what, 10 minutes away from KLCC. So those who are here in KL, you'll be able to sell those experience, because experience is very important. I was told that one of the top experience in KL was jungle trekking at night. Jungle trekking at night, seeing all the animals, all the insects in the jungle. Which jungle? It's in Kenny Hills, around the Kenny Hills, around the Bukit Nanas. And for information, Bukit Nanas jungle is one of the top revenue for Malaysia. Jabatan Perhutanan Malaysia is one of the top revenue. They sold a lot of tickets in Bukit Nanas, right in the middle of town. So people wanted to have experience, to learn. They just not just hotels and just a normal basic package. They want to have a value added. So I agree with you. Tuan Azrin. And Puan Nur Shahida, international travel agent, involve themselves in embrace current digital. Yes, digital is another one thing. I will touch on that. On the digital, is people like us, like me, we are so comfortable on brick and mortar, kedai. But with this pandemic, we learn a lot and how we can adjust it. And it's not easy. It is not easy, but we keep on learning. All right. Thank you very much for the keep on giving all the points while I'm just sharing some of the points. All right. So these are the things we have a lot of experience. Yeah.
Actually, earlier there is a 2 question given by Dr. Shakirin and also. Okay, he mentioned how to develop tourism industry to be pandemic proof. Can it be done?
Okay. Well, that's a $1 million questions. If I know it, I will be Pak Nujum. the rich Pak Nujum. There's no right answer on that, doctor. I think but it's very critical for us to understand, to adapt these challenges. If you know about tourism industry, we are so resilient. From day one, we are so resilient. I still remember when I started in 1986. I went to, I don't know, it's in Vancouver or in Europe, something like that, where when it was like we have a Malaysia road show promoting Malaysia. When we opened up the door, there were people lying on the floor or lying on the road. trying to do a demonstrations, demo against Malaysia. I said, what are these people doing on the road? Lying, tidur atas jalan. They were protesting that we protesting about the oil palm, our oil palm. That was 1986. And later on, they were protesting about the Bruno. I don't know whether some of you know about Bruno, about the orang asli, Penan. They were protesting and they were saying Malaysia is cruel, Malaysia is very bad country, Malaysia, while we were promoting Malaysia in the hall, inside the hall. And when we, step out from the hall, we were seeing a lot of people doing demonstrations. So, but we survive. Until now, we survive because we have to. The important thing is the engagement and the informations need to be given, and because the perception is always there. Number two, we have so many disasters. We have so many pandemic. We have H1N1. We had SARS. We have bird flu. We even had so many disasters like what? Jerebu, no water, and also even MH370 and also MH17. We, when this 370 happened, we were not be able to go to China to market ourselves. We were saying, wow, the Chinese will hate us for life. They don't want to come to Malaysia again. But we need to engage. We need to do to solve it. So there's no free pandemic. There's no such thing as we're going to have more pandemics. That's for sure. Tourism industry is going to face a lot more pandemic in future. But how the thing is, how can we try to adjust it? How can we to solve or to maybe to adapt it? The important is the adaptation. So this is very important. I think I personally think that pandemic COVID-19 we were doing well. We compared to other countries. The government has understand better about the tourism industry. We also understand and to adapt it. Compared to other countries, Malaysian government has given a lot of helps and assistance. Compared to neighboring countries, they will not be able to get all kind of assistance. We were getting moratorium, we were getting all this assistance, relaxation on the regulations. No need to renew license, everything. We'll be able to sell foods on the road. Can you imagine? That's why the pilots or the crew or stewardess be able to sell burgers on the road without any license. So the government is more adapting, more giving a lot of flexibility especially to the tourism industry. That's why we really appreciate. People say that it's not enough. Yeah, of course, it's not enough. We can't just be. There is no such thing as enough. But we need to contribute. We need to adapt the situations. Thank you very much, Doctor, for the questions. In fact, it's a good questions. We hope that we'll be able to understand. We'll be able to know better about this pandemic and so that we can adapt in for futures pandemic. Thank you. All right.
There is another one.
Yeah.
I think that's Dr. Sam has mentioned that we all know that there are problems with staffing. Not many local are taking jobs, including tourism industry. Any idea or initiative by specific tourism industry? And can we become like countries like Japan, among others, where local are proud to serve? What is your opinion?
That's a good question. Very good question. Very good question. It's a very relevant and very pertinent and current challenges that we are facing now. We were making noise. Hey, come on, we want business. Please open up. When the government say, okay, open up lah. When we open up, so many people coming in through revenge tourism. There are a lot of crowded people around, and the booking has been, tremendously. While we cannot cope up. That's the problem that we are facing now. If you look into the social media, a lot of complaints. They were saying that how come the room can be checked in at 4 p.m. at some time 7 p.m. and the next day we have to check out at 12 noon. So they will feel they will be short-handed, and they will feel that short-changed, and also being cheated. So this is the current situation that we are facing. We are trying to adapt. The government has given a lot of incentives, especially under PRE 1.0 and PRE 2.0. It's under the MOF, which they're giving a lot of incentive to per peso for Okay, so to employ the staff, the old, even the veterans, they have some incentive for those to employ the veterans, the senior citizens to adopt. You check it out in Singapore, McDonald's been served by what you call it, the senior citizens. Sometimes, so these are the things that are being done. But we try to learn on how we can minimize the stuffings or the because tourism industry is one of the worst productive industry compared to oil and gas, compared to even constructions and everything. We one of the lowest productive based on productivity rate. We employ so many for the sake of just the bellboy just do bellboy. The concierge is just concierge. The security guard just do security guard. The what do you call it, the reception just do reception. I think there's so many, and travel agents we just do the booking. Those who want to do the booking tickets do the booking tickets. They don't do anything. So when this pandemic, we learn a lot. We have to make sure there's a multi-purpose or multi-purpose or talents that we need to be adopted by them. So we learn a lot on this. But again, good points on this Japan, best practice in Japan and best practice in Korea. First of all, ask ourselves. This is all talking about ourselves. If you eat in McDonald's, do you carry back the tray to the dustbin, to the area? Now, yes, I think I can see more. But previously, they were not. They were just lying. They were expecting somebody to take your tray and to place it in the dustbin. But they were like a king. You're talking about the coffee house cafeteria. It's the same thing. You don't even carry your own tray to the dustbin. So you have to ask yourself. I just came back from visiting Port Dickson and also the Malacca. There's this Port Dickson. This was a bridge. We call it from the mainland to the Pulau Tikus. It's a fantastic place. You should, if you those who haven't been there, go to the place. But I was so sad to see a lot of rubbish. There. Well, you were saying that you expect people to pick up the rubbish. So these are the things that some of the things that we need to ask ourselves. We have to be more disciplined. We have to be more. If you have to tegur lah, whoever wants to to do sampah everything. Berani tegur. We need to adapt. You look into the toilets. There was disgusting everything. So this require people to clean up, and we need to have people. So where are the people? Are we expecting our children to our own local? They say, hey, I might as well do Grab or whatever. So we need people to do those things. Who are these people? So we have to import. So import thing, we have to foreign workers. That's another story. So I really respect Japan's culture. It took years. I really respect even Korea. If you go and visit, have a makan in Korea restaurant in Seoul and everything, there's no staff. There's not even only one or two staff just to serve you. So these are the things that we need to learn ourselves to adapt. Try to minimize the manpower or the usage power. Mamak, as you know, mamak kedai robot, they charge for the whole day, and malam they kerja non-stop. So these are the things. I agree, Dr. Samsul, the attitude of people, very important on this thing. So with only us can change. We need to change. All right.
Mr. Zaidi,
Okay,
I think that Encik Zamzuri Mahmud want to ask question.
Okay. All right. Okay, silakan. This is my old friend ni. Rambut dah putih tapi my rambut still hitam.
Assalamualaikum tadi.
Waalaikumsalam.
Dr. Syakirin invite I.
Thank you for
Dr. Syakirin, my neighbor.
Okay, alright, okay.
Okay. Tak ada apa, just that my staff just came back from Maldives. So today, this morning, the whole story what happened in Maldives. So I asked her apa yang bagusnya Maldives. So as far as her punya pandangan, dia tak ada apa pun. Okay. Tak ada apa pun. panas, and then they are quite strict. I think dia punya by the time azan everybody pergi masjid semua kan but then it's quite well known for apa ni, rich and famous pergi sana lah kan. And then dia punya souvenir pun very expensive, quite expensive lah
Yeah.
So from her conversation tu I try together yang kita macam you kata tadi, kita banyak produk kan, but then macam mana kita tak boleh nak jual kan. So for what I can see, I think mungkin promotion jadi mungkin promotion, kurang promotion. Tetapi if you expect Mita ke motel nak buat pun tak boleh kan. I think as what you mentioned earlier, we need collaboration, we need other agency to assist. It's not one ministry or one agency to do it now. So from here kita kena really promote. We talking about local council ke something like that to be involved. Macam you kata tadi kat PD memang kotor I pernah pergi PD hari ni, I think 2 weeks ago I observe ada juga tempat-tempat yang ada kotor So benda ni involve local council. So benda-benda ni is a separate issue lah. Tapi agree, we need to have a collaboration. We need to get other agency to assist. We cannot harapkan Motet, Mita, whatever lah, our industry player, travel agent to do it. Tak boleh. It's a all out team punya effort to bring up Malaysia ni, our tourism industry ni to what the platform before lah. Itu je lah jadi.
Thank you very much, Tuan. Thank you very much, Zamzuri, my old friends. He had a lot of experience on the industry, tourism industry, and he very passionate on that. And I concur and agree and also support your statement in terms of the Maldives, especially Maldives. Maldives is nothing else. A lot of things have been imported. So when benda imported, even kelapa pun been imported. So when import things involved, of course, barang pun naik. So it's very expensive. But we were so
jadi
surprised.
you mention kelapa ni, dia kata kelapa tu tak sedap macam kat Malaysia. Dia makan kelapa semalam, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
It's different. Dia macam payau, tak sedap. So and yet people akan makan kelapa kat sana, expensive.
Yeah.
So I try to question myself. Kita ni ada yang bagus why people go yang tak bagus and then try promote now?
Yeah. Good point. Very good point. My personal point of view, if you compare Sempurna, islands of Sempurna, not the island of Sempurna, and also island of Maldives, also cluster of islands. If you compare those destinations, I prefer Sempurna. I prefer 100% because Sempurna, they have their own products, they have their own seafood, they have their own everything. Even though Maldives, they not much. Everything is only imported. That's one. But there one thing about that is turned me off. Sampah, what they call it, rubbish. I don't know how we can solve the problem. There's a lot of sampah, especially on how the management of the litters, the rubbish management in Sempurna. If you compare, this is about it's all agree. It's about the council or the local council has to take part, but it requires a lot of kesedaran diri, the self-fulfillment about us. What are we going to achieve? Are we going to? Can you imagine? This is our place, this is our home. We litter everything. So that was a turn off. If you look into social media, the Mak Saleh, everything, they comment, Malaysia is sampah, a lot of sampah. So that's one thing. Toilets, of course, they don't understand the wet toilets versus dry toilets. But I'm sure there is some, due to the technology, we can try to minimize the basah, the wet of the toilets. So these are the things that the main problems we are facing. We have a lot of products, jungle, everything. If you just cross the country in Thailand, I was in Satun. It's a very small island, small place, we have a jetty from Langkawi, ferry from Langkawi, was before the COVID. I was so surprised when I arrived in Satun, there's not even one bottle, plastic bottle. Sampah, tak ada satu pun. I was my God. Compared to jetty in Langkawi. Full of bottles and everything. We trying to condemn each other, but no, we have to realize that these are the weakness that we are having. I went to the Kuala Linggi, Sungai Linggi, which there are a lot of crocodiles. They're fantastic. That was one of my good experience. Crocodiles all over. This is real crocodile, bukannya buaya berdarat. This is real crocodile where you can stare their own eyes in the near distance. It's a very challenging. But surrounded by all sampah, botol lah, napkin lah, McDonald punya apalah, all kind of sampah is there. When I asked the boatman, macam mana sampah ni? Why sampah? Oh, dia ni air naik, air naik. Come on, air naik and bringing the sampah from where? There must be a source of the sampah or the resources. So these are the main problem, and people pay high fee to enjoy this ecotourism. But when they arrive here, sampah, that's another problem. They will never come back again. So that's one. I think agree. We have so many products. Even if we market it, if the local or the tourists cannot take care of the people. This actually in Islamic we have to take care. Our Islamic principle, kebersihan. So it's very important. I was so surprised in Bangkok. You go to any toilets, semua bersih. I don't know where do this big mentality come from. Are they somebody is trying, taught them? We saying that kotor. You look into the Thailand airport, Bangkok airport, bersih. You can sleep on it. Compared to ours in of course now we improve a lot. If you compare to even to toilet masjid, is improve a lot. But there's some lot of masjid which is toilets are not up to the par. This is a reflection of the Islamic principle.
Kalau ada problem kotor ke tak bersih ke di jetty Langkawi, jetty Kuala Perlis dengan jetty Kuala Kedah, you boleh PMI lah.
Okay. Alright. Okay. We go together and pick up the sampah. Volunteerism. Hey, do you know that in Langkawi, talking about that, it's very interesting. Langkawi, there's this group, they call it Trash Hero. I know whether you know Trash Hero.
Dia kutip sampah.
Dia kutip sampah. Pelancong, banyakkannya Mak Saleh datang situ tujuannya untuk kutip sampah.
In fact, I cycle di Melawati during weekends. Ada couple ni, husband and wife ni, di bawah plastik ni dia kutip sampah lah, dia kutip sampah.
There you go. We feel so malu, so ashamed that foreigner come and pick up our rubbish. Why? Because their thinking is this beyond cleanliness is also protecting the wildlife, protecting the soil. Because the birds, when they eat, a lot of cases of the birds, they choke the plastic when they eat. They choke the plastic, so and they die. So a lot of things, even the penyu, the straw into the penyu, plastic straw was stuck in the nose. These are the things that done by our human being. So thank you very much, Tuan. All right, can we just
Syakiri. Mungkin just joke lah. Maybe an innovation by itself, it can be a trash tourism.
Trash tourism. I don't think the government will like it, or the authority will like it, or the PPT will like it. But definitely there's a market there. There's a market there. There's a market there.
Perhaps we can see it in the.
Yeah, there's a market there. In fact, but the thing is, we need to do ourselves first, to be a leader. Don't just accept the foreigner to come in. We also have to do it ourselves. We have to do our part. Then we were saying we just depend on foreigner to pick up our trash. That will be a bad publicity, very bad publicity. We need to do ourselves. I was told one of the band, British band, Coldplay, they spend millions of US dollars to come and to bring this boat just to carry to throw our rubbish in the river. So but we need to do ourselves. Then we become a cleaner nations. And cleaner nation means means a better environment, better products, tourism products for them to attract more. We don't need a lot of people. We just need quality people, those who are responsible. They call it responsible tourism. Responsible tourism. Thank you very much for the opinion. Very good, very good. These are just, I'm going to go quick on these products that's what have been done through pandemic. A lot of testimony that we have. So please, for those future leaders, students, take a look at it. See how we can benefit, how we can promote Malaysia through this virtual experience. As a result from the virtual experience, they come to they can materialize the products themselves, like Sunflower Park in Bagan Datuk. It was through the idea of through the virtual. So this so these are the outcome. A lot of positive outcomes from this virtual experience, right? All right, and also the travel agents are doing umrah and everything. They were doing all the virtual. They were selling, Cikgu Isha was selling kurma, dates, everything, a lot of packages. So these are the things that have been from the pandemic. They adapt and they learn and they move forward. And one of the agents, BMC, I don't mind mentioning the names. They still maintain 150 staffs during pandemic. Can you imagine during pandemic? How? Why? Because they think that their staff is like their family. They are committed during good times and bad times, and they were trying to find ways how to maintain the staff and to maintain the officers. They were doing a lot of things. They were doing catering. They were doing food delivery. They were doing all that. So I was so amazed by all this commitment by our players. To make sure that the industry still survive and they can maintain their office and also the companies and also importantly the staffing. Yeah. All right. Okay. And with this what they call it, talking about cleanliness, talking about the safety, health. National Productive Corporation has started the compliance on the adapting and adhering guidelines. More than 10,000 players has already been endorsed. So these players not only having the certificate, but they understand better on how to do or how to adapt the SOP, how to attract customers during the pandemic. Yeah. Well, this is my second part, which we were so happy with the domestic, with our tourists, domestic tourists supporting us. You can see a lot of places full of tourists under this revenge tourism. I never thought that Port Dickson you can sell weekdays in the Port Dickson. Normally weekend, it's a weekend crowd, but when the interstate open, not only weekend but weekdays, they are full of tourists. So this is one of the good things. But now becoming like more towards the weekend. It's already started to back to the weekend. So we cannot just maintain this under this what we call it domestic tourism. We need to open up. So we are pushing the governments to open up, please open. We need to survive. So the government listened to us, and the government has opened up the border on the 1st of April. We informed them that international marketing is very important. International market is very important for us to survive. Why? Because we cannot just depend on weekend crowd. We need to have a regular tourist. Even though now it's already open, but we also have some problems with this open up, but we are trying to solve it. All right. Okay. So I'm going just to touch a little bit on who are our market. Which country are top popular tourists, so that we can be able to know what is our strength. France is number one tourist. Spain, they receive about 83 million. US, China, Italy, Turkey. This was before COVID. So it's going to happen the same thing. Of course, there are some new players. Saudi Arabia is one of the players. Saudi Arabia, can you imagine? Saudi are now encouraging tourists to their countries. Normally, they just say, okay, Umrah pilgrimage, Hajj pilgrimage. Now they are so aggressive, trying to get tourists, non-Muslim, Muslim, to visit their countries. So they spend a lot of money to market it, to promote it, to do all kind of things. They want to be similar like other countries, Gulf countries like Dubai, United Emirates, and also other countries, Arab countries. So they want to be in the game. So that's where the competition comes in, and we're hoping that Malaysia is also can be more competitive in near future. All right. And in Malaysia, I did mention the top 10 Malaysian arrival is Singapore. Of course, if people saying Singapore is just like, you know, beli barang tak. This is the only one you have to stay one night. 10 million Singaporeans, they stay at least one night in Malaysia, so we can call them tourists. These are the things that the top 10: Singapore, Indonesia, China, Thailand, Brunei, India. So with these statistics, the history, it's going to be the same thing, except China. China is still closed. I don't think they will be open until next year. My personal opinion, I'm not so sure. But we cannot depend on China. So 3 million of tourists, we have to discount that. Where can we get extra tourists? Of course, the ASEAN. Indonesia now is getting more and more coming here. Other countries like India with this visa online, because we can apply visa online now. Malaysia, so the more Indians coming here. And also other countries, like for example in Europeans and everything, they love to come here in Malaysia. So these are some countries we can top up from the China, yeah. And of course, after the April 1st, the government has the ministry has mentioned that more than 500,000 tourist arrival just for 1 week. That's huge numbers. Of course, on my part, we cannot depend on numbers. We need to have quality. Quality means they can spend money here. They can spend money. They become a responsible tourists. It's very important, yeah, to have a responsible tourist.
Lady, right? Any part of the travel bubble?
Yeah. This is after the 1st April. It's not travel bubble in domestic. Domestic, okay, the domestic. But after first arrival, when May 19, we count it from April 1st to the first week of April, it has achieved 500,000. If you look into second link or Tebrau crossway, you see all the people, Singaporean rushing. That's
yang first travel bubble tu yang Langkawi kan hari tu.
Langkawi travel bubble is no, it is not did not counted as Langkawi travel bubble.
Okay, sekarang dah tak ada lah kan.
Yeah, I think I will touch a little bit on Langkawi travel bubble. Yes, very good initiative. It has to go through travel agents. Very good, and travel agents are so happy with this announcement by the government that Langkawi travel bubble it was started then before they open up the bubble, open up the border. They say, okay, you can go to Malaysia via Langkawi. You have to stay there. If you want to go to other parts than Langkawi, you have to stay there at least 1 week in Langkawi. Otherwise, you can go back from Langkawi. You can go back. But the thing is, we need to go through travel agents, Malaysian travel agents. It's very good. It's very good initiative. But if you compare to Langkawi travel bubble and Phuket travel bubble, I mean, we were left behind. So that's why it's very important to change it, to improve it. And that's why the government has decided to open up the border from 1st of April, and there's no reference, no regulations. They don't need to go to travel agents. They can go themselves. Of course, the travel agent feels like, hey, why? They should go to travel agent. There's a pro and cons, because now at the moment we are borderless. We are using a lot of apps and everything. We need tourists to spend money here. That's where the government say more flexible. So this way it comes here. I just want to read up some of the points from the comments from Ayung, Dr. Ayung. Maybe that's okay. Good, already done then. Siddiq Azam, great innovate creative tourism ideas and beautiful sites to attract tourists. The accessibility, the international travelers, and make it tourism more accessible. The flight fare is so high, accommodation cost is also high. So yeah, agree. Tuan Doctor or Tuan Siddiq, Tuan Siddiq Azam, it's very relevant points, good points. I'm going to touch that later. So let me give me a few points, few slides, then I will touch on this. This is very, very good points, Tuan.
Jadi so, we touch on KKM requirement on RTK or the Singapore tourism.
Yeah. You know, all the government has keep on changing and also learning from this SOP. It's not easy. It is not easy because the virus is so dynamic, keep on changing. Now even we have this monkeypox and everything, and our numbers are still high. If we compare to I was told last time was 4,000 COVID patients every day. So you have to be very careful. The virus will be here, be surrounded by us, and a lot of our friends, they had second or third COVID. Some of them they got third COVID. So this is the new normal for us now. We have to really be careful on this. We have to maintain the hygienic, because in tourism, safety means business. Health means business. I mean, we have to make sure the safety and the health purpose is very important, critical. When the border opened, we started to promote aggressively. Tourism Malaysia has allocation for the tour operators. They call it under Gamilan. It's a matching grant through MOF, through Tourism Malaysia, given by MOF, Ministry of Finance, Gamilan. So it's very important. This is actually a good, fantastic initiative to encourage the tour operators, the travel agents, or the product operators, or hoteliers and everything, to do promotion overseas, to make sure to promote Malaysia, and at the end, the government gives 50% of the cost of your airfare, of your hotels, and of your participation fee in the travel fair. 50%. If you spend money in UK to promote Malaysia, total roughly you spend 20,000 with the hotels, with the airfare. Now airfare is very expensive. Yeah? Tuan Sidik say very expensive. Yeah, betul. And also the participation fee. Yeah. So this they be subsidized by the government under the initiative of Gamilan, under Gamilan.
And the Motek,
yeah. Gamilan is the Tourism Malaysia, but of course the Motek is under Motek. Yeah. So this is actually a game changer. From April 1st, a lot of tour operators go out and try to promote Malaysia. I myself have been to UK and also engage with the tour operators in UK to try to make sure that they'll be sending, especially during this winter season this year. And I was told that I brought together 22 operators, Malaysian operators or hoteliers, and they managed to get clients, especially during this winter. So this, especially the long haul, they need to plan. So it's just not short terms. He has to plan. So we need to do promotion now. So we are so happy. The output from this sales mission has been very positive. We have done Bangkok. A few weeks ago, we had done with the Jakarta, and we're hoping to have more. Of course, we are hoping that under the budget of Ministry of Tourism, Minister of Finance, they will be given more of this kind of funding to tourism players, so that we'll be able to be more aggressive. All right. When we discussed with the tour operators, they were saying that after getting all the feedbacks, they were saying that we have to depend on ASEAN. No matter whether we like Mat Saleh tourists, we would like to have them to come here. We have to be realistic. We have to depend on ASEAN. ASEAN is there. It's right in front of our eyes. We have to focus on ASEAN. Of course, the South Asia, like India, is also important. It's increasing, and the Middle East are also increasing with the millennials. Our chairman, Tourism Malaysia, already attended a roadshow. Organized a roadshow in Saudi Arabia recently. The players there were looking forward for different kind of activities. This is one of the opportunities. People thought Saudi market is more towards honeymoon couple and family. That's it. But there were some groups they call millennials, which they're looking forward for adventure. They're looking forward for OOTD or fit of the day. They're looking forward for experience. They're looking for more on ecotourism packages. We never thought that Saudi interested on those things. That's what happening now. Very unfortunate. There's no tour operator that doing this, especially Sabah, because they were so interested in Sabah packages. We never thought that Saudi loved. There's a market for Saudi to go to these places. We thought it's honeymoon. We thought it was like shopping, the relaxing family going to, there were this group, more and more different groups. So the world has changed. The world has changed. So there's a lot of market right in front of our eyes. We have never captured it, and I hope the tourism players to capture it and to be more aggressive, and also our tourism leaders, our future leaders, to be more proactive how to give ideas how to promote these new groups, after this pandemic. Right. And expectations, of course, the tour operator, travel agents, in terms of, for us, how do we get the customers? How do we get the customers from them? For example, how do you get customers from Indonesia, tourists to come here as a tour operator or as a hotelier? Most of the consumers, especially in Indonesia, Thailand, they don't go through travel agents. Only 20%. Only 20%. They may be in the group size, on the Machikia Ramungan, they go to travel agents. But 70% of the consumers market are actually from directs. So we don't depend on travel agents there. We cannot depend on tour operators there. We cannot depend. We need to have a database, a direct consumer market. How do we do that? That's where the social media, that's why we have to capture, that's why where the what do you call it, the funnel, the sales funnel, we have to create the sales funnel to capture those databases. These are big opportunities, and I hope with the talents, with the ideas from our future leaders in this IUM, be able to give us how can we capture direct consumer, and also the association. So these are the expecting the market source, and the tourists, not less groups. That's why a lot of buses in Malaysia has not been renewed, road tax and everything, because they were saying that there are not many groups, more toward family, individual datang sini 2 orang, 3 orang, 4 orang. Now there's no groups. Previously when we go to Dataran Merdeka, it's full of buses, a lot of groups coming in, but no more, only few buses only. So that shows that groups are lesser and lesser, more to individual. These are the type of tourists that we are now trying to focus more on individual. Okay, I would just know our friend Tuan Zamzuri was saying that LITBA. This is in Malay. Of course, they have travel agents. They have used travel agents. They using travel agents, but the challenges that a lot of our travel agents are becoming they are suppliers. They are more to car rental, bus rental, van rental. They are not marketeers. They are not the full fledged of tour operators per se. So that's the challenges when doing LITB. That's why if you look into the numbers of the LITB, they are not much arrival. And that's where, and when they visit Langkawi, we did not upsell it to visit other places. So that's where the challenges comes from. All right. Okay. So and the LITB, this is the result of LITB from 15 November to 3rd March. That's where the period of LITB. LITB is Langkawi International Travel Bubble, similar as Phuket Travel Bubble. So as a result, we only receive 200 packs, more than 200 packs Swedish. US try more, but mostly Americans who came here they have a family here. Australians, Germany, they had a lot. Great Britain, of course, number one is UK. They come here for the Langkawi Travel Bubble during that time. So during these 139 days, we received 5,000 packs through Langkawi Travel Bubble. We have travel agents. We have more than 6,000. More than 6,000 travel agents. Hoteliers, we have, I don't know, a lot. Is it enough? Is it enough? Not enough. 5,000 packs. We only receive 5,000 packs. And if you divide the 15 November to 3rd March, is considered as about 139 days, we only receive 39 packs per day. 39 tourists. You only receive 39 tourists. Is it enough?
So
that's where the government has,
Dia kira fail ke ni?
Sorry?
LITB ni kira fail ke ni?
It's not fail, but the situation arise that we have to change, innovate, because we are learning each other. It's not fail. It's a good innovative. A lot of hoteliers has received this benefit from it, but we need to improve. Until now, we need to improve. So from there on, the government has decided that to open up on the 1st of April, open up to the more to better, and it shows the good result. Just now we were saying that 500,000 tourists compared to 1,000, 5,000. 500,000 compared to 5,000. We did 500,000 within 1 week. 5,000 within 139 days. So there's a huge impact on the economy. We need to be more realistic on terms of the economic impact. So that's where the open up the border of the 1st of April. It was a fantastic decision given by done by the governments, and the industry was supporting on that. All right. Okay, there's a debate on that. So the challenges of this new era after the 1st of April, we can't just depend on the quantity. There's no way we cannot depend on quantity. There's no way. We had 26 millions 2019. This year we are expecting 2 millions, but already achieved 2 millions, and the minister has revised the target. This year is 4 millions this year. So we're hoping, I think everybody is so confident to achieve 4 millions international tourists here for the year of 2022. So we cannot depend on quantity. If you depend on quantity to get to support our industry, you cannot. We have to depend on quality. Whether even though we will be getting 4 millions, but we need them to spend money and to be more responsible and to assist us in the industry. So just now one of the comment was saying the infra. Of course, we need to see the infra, the movable assets, like for example the buses need to be changed. The model has to be changed. The model on the RV. Recreation vehicle to recreation vehicle to be about caravan and everything, and the relevance regulation which we are working together with the industry. I will be meeting the Ministry of Transport soon to discuss on the charter flights, especially from the Eastern European countries, and also the weddings. Indians coming more and more, but of course there's some challenges on the Indians weddings. A lot of customs requirement we need to be comply. So we are working on that, and the yachts and the visa noise is improved, and also the new model like OTA. A lot of us have been using AI. Such as Alexa, so this thing, and also the new bed and breakfast, Airbnb things, which is not registered. So these are new disruptive new model, and the new demand for tourists now. They don't go to Langkawi just for the sake of Langkawi. They want to have experience. They want to taste the buffalo cheese, for example, to drink the buffalo nick, because Langkawi is popular with the buffalo, the kerbau. So I think most of us don't know how where can we get the buffalo cheese. That's where we need to give more experience, and the cost must be reasonable. We're having problem with this cost, and also in terms of the workers, we have problems, and also capital. The banks are very very choosy on trying to assist the tourism industry, because they think that tourism industry is very high risk, and a lot of NPL, they call it non-performing loans. So that's why they are very conservative in terms of giving out to tourism industry. We are now trying to convince the governments to assist us, to convince the bank to give us support. And a lot of SOP, just now Tuan Zam said SOP, until now, it's not being cleared. It's not really being cleared. So that's why we're trying to be more clearer, to have clearer SOP. So, and the travel agents, just how we were saying that the prices, the channel, the products, the purchasing power, we're talking about the inflations, the flights to Jakarta. I purchased one last few weeks. I went to Jakarta. I had to spend 1,700 ringgit return ticket. 1,700. Can you imagine? That's a low airline, low cost airline. You're talking about previously 600 ringgit, 700 ringgit. They even KLM offer. KLM is a Dutch airline offering 300 ringgit to Jakarta. Now we have to pay 1,007 or 1,006. You're lucky you get 1,005. It's more than triple, more than 4 times from the cost. So the airfare plays an important part because we have to go there to flights. So these are the challenges that we are facing, the inflation, in terms of this. So we are so lucky that the governments, Malaysian governments, are trying to their best to minimize the inflations. They, if you're talking about the petrol, our petrol price compared to UK, compared to Indonesia, compared to other, is tremendously different pricing. We are one of the cheapest in the world. So this helps us to maintain the costs of the services and products, all because of the oil prices. We've been subsidized. So this is actually a government's initiative, and we are so really appreciate it, and we hope that this inflation can be minimized. All right, and the travel agents at the moment, talking about all these things, they prefer to sell outbounds. A few months ago, it seems that everybody we know that they are in London. They were in London. Everybody that we know through this Instagram, everything. Oh, London, everybody in London, everybody in Turkey, and enjoying the snow, blizzard in Turkey. Even though they are stuck one extra night or 2 extra night, they were so happy that, wow, it's so blessed for them to be stuck in Turkey because of the blizzard. So these are the things that the travel agents, they depend on the demand of the consumers. The demand consumers are now more to outbound. Yeah, all right. So the challenges that we are facing, I did mention just now, the local community support is not really there. I don't know how other places are doing it. I was told by my counterparts in Phuket, they were having this, what they call it, ikut turn role of this week this school maintain the beach. Next week the other school maintain the beach. One beach they've been adopted. So in addition of the PBT, local council, they were having these schools adopting a beach. So I don't know if you're talking about now. This is the picture of the Pulau Tikus. They were expecting somebody to pick up the rubbish, but the rubbish are all over. So how do we need to charge for them to come into this place, or do we need to have local communities or schools or everything to adopt, to support, to make sure that they clean? If this thing doesn't solve, if the problem doesn't solve, you will no way for us to get quality tourists. As you know, we need quality tourists. For them to come all the way to this place and to find out there's a lot of rubbish there, that will be the last time for them to come, and they will talk through the words. So the environment is very important, and also the activities, the contents. We have a fantastic infrastructure in particular. What kind of activities are there? What kind of activities are there? Are they having this what do you call it, storytelling? Are they talking about some activities there? Nothing. So this is what we need. Like for example, Kuala Lingi, the bawah punya, the below picture is actually Sungai Lingi, is full of rubbish. Even the crocodile, they pun takut nak makan the rubbish because it's full of rubbish. So these are the things how we can calibrate. We can think how can the tourism, our tourism leaders, the future leaders, together with tourism leaders, think how we can maintain and sustain our environment.
Masa tu hujan ke? Lepas hujan ke?
Tak ada hujan. Yang ini adalah hujan. Ini hujan. Tapi this sampah was the day before. It was different day before. It was regular scene. So it cannot be, government spend millions on displacement and everything, but it's, and full of cans, plastics all over. And you look into the beach, penuh sampah. So I don't know, we spend a lot millions, but we cannot maintain it. That's the huge, people say, oh, this is small matter. No, it's not small matter. They come here all the way to enjoy the environment, but when they see here, it's not. This is worse than their backyard.
First impression, last impression.
Yeah, that's right. So these are the things that it's a new challenges for the destinations. That's why we're talking about the challenges for the country, challenges for the travel agents, the tour operators, and challenges for the destinations. Right, these are the challenges that we are facing. So, but don't worry, we need to move forward together. So, for 2023, we have to recover for us. So, how to recover? These are the 4 things that we are trying to see how we can calibrate each other. All right. Number 1, the inbound players. Who are these inbound players? Inbound players, the travel agent, the tour operator, the DMC, destination management company, the bus operator, the charter flight. We need to work together. These are all the segments under the inbound players. Therefore, we require some funding, capital, charter flights capital for incentive to attract more charter flights, because we cannot depend on existing flights. Not enough. Existing flights is not enough for us to sustain the industry. We need to have more flights to sustain it. Of course, we depend on quality, but we need to have bigger capacity of flights to come in here. How? So we need to have charter flights from certain countries. We will try to get from Russians. Thailand now is enjoying Russian tourists. It's very a bit, people say it's sensitive, Russian versus Ukraine. Yeah, agree. But the Russians, they spend money. They're willing to they are one of the top yield, high-end yield for the tourists. So we need to make sure that how, instead of Phuket, instead of Thailand, they come to Malaysia. So how? So we need to do that. So this is some collaboration on that. So this is very important elements. Number 2 is the contents. There's no way for them to come here just to relax on the beach, just to see the KLCC. That's it. We need to have elements. In KL, where can we get the cultural show? Where can we enjoy the cultural show? Of course, now there's a Matic. But where can they spend money? Where can they can spend money to enjoy dinner while watching the culture show? Kat mana in KL? Is there anything? I don't know anybody. I don't know any place, but
dulu ada dekat Songket dekat.
We're talking about dulu. We're talking
about
now.
Dia tak ada.
So that's why we need to see how can we, the elements is very important. The content is very important. So we need to have the cultural elements to show our cultural elements. We were showing our advertising or promotion all over the world. The DK Barat, all the thing, the all the dance or the culture, everything, the wayang kulit. Where can they experience it? Where can they experience it? Wayang kulit, where can they experience it? In Kelantan? Not really. DK Barat, in Kelantan? Not really. So these are the challenges that we are facing. We are promoting the elements, but where can they get it? Where can they get it? Okay, that's why we are hoping to work together with the MOTAC, with the Ministry of the Department of Culture, so that you'll be able to provide this contents, so that we can send tourists there. If you look into the concept of tourists, whenever they go, they need to experience all these things. If you go to China, if you go to Beijing itself, they have this show, acrobatic show, culture show. You go to Phuket, they have this all kind of show, at least one night show.
Bali pun sama.
Bali, with the Bali or the dance, it's very good night dance. You spend a lot of money. You have to pay a lot of money. It's not free. But in KL, the capital city of Malaysia, where can they get it? I was told Matic, yes, there's auditorium. There's a show now. They're starting the show. But is there any place that can create the revenue for the operators and also like makan together, enjoying the culture, experience it. So these are the things that we are now trying to see how we can assist that. There's a lot of product, a lot of places. We have Istana Lama. We have the old palace, Istana Lama, Istana Negara. But activity, what kind of activities there? Can we do activities there? So these are the things that we need to. That's number 2. Number 3, the sustainability. How we can sustain the industry. Just now Dr. Shakiri said, how can we sustain it to against this pandemic, against these challenges? We have to relook on regulations. The financial institutions need to be see where they need to be encourage them to support us. The marketing, AMP, and the alliance need to have win-win situation. Of course, now they're trying to recover themselves, and some of the flights are very increased because they are following dynamic pricing. So of course certain places on during the high season is doesn't come logic, doesn't come cheap. There was complaints about going to Sarawak, Kuching, 2,000 ringgit, 2,000 ringgit, because it follows the dynamic, the demand and supply. So these things need to be addressed. Number 4 is the niche market. Are we doing enough? One of the top products is ecotourism. We have full of ecotourism products. Fantastic. We have river, we have waterfall, we have jungle, we have all kinds of things. But are we managing well? Are we promoting well? Are we leveraging it well? And also they're talking about a spa. We have a very niche branded own homemade brand. They call it Urutan Malaysia. People were saying Thailand, they have their own Thai spa. Indonesia, they have Indonesia, Bali. But Malaysia, they have their own. But are we doing it? Are we leveraging it up? Diving. We are surrounded by the sea. How many of us dive? How many of us? Siti, you pernah diving? Pernah? Wow, amazing. Not many of us. When I dive, when I snorkel, full of bubbles. I macam panic, bubble. I cannot stand in the water. So diving is very important. So are we doing enough to help out the diving operators? Are we doing enough? Are we doing enough to promote the diving activities? These are the things that and the cruise. Recently, the Genting has restarted back their operation under the Dream Genting cruise. But is they are starting is very good, fantastic initiative, and they're enjoying a good business. But we need to have a lot because we are surrounded by the sea. So we need to. Why there is no cruise company in Malaysia doing all this cruise? Many years ago, I remember we had this ferry Malaysia from KL, from Semenanjung to Sabah, Sarawak. Ferry Malaysia. But at the moment there's none. But how can we encourage local companies to have their own cruise here in Malaysia? Of course, you have the Langkawi cruise. We're talking about the cruise, the actual cruise, the big liner, the big ship liner. What are they? Is it because of a lot of regulations? Full of regulation, which is very difficult for them to comply, or what? What is the purpose of this? And these are the things that we need to relook for us to go to this road to tourism recovery. So these are the things that we are communicating with the governments and also our players industry. Talking about this industry, one of the main secrets that we had now is Muslim-friendly destination. Malaysia is a Muslim-friendly destination. Not many of us taking advantage of this. We are here. Last few months ago, I did bring kita bawa from southern Thailand, travel agents come to Malaysia, come to KL. They were saying, "Hey, we don't want Thai food here." I said, "What do you want?" Because we have these packages of Thai food. No, we don't want. We want something else. So when we discuss, they love fast food here in Malaysia, because in Bangkok, in Thailand, tak ada halal McDonald. Nak makan McDonald pun ragu-ragu. Nak makan Burger King pun ragu-ragu. But here in Malaysia is halal. So southern Thailand punya tourists, they come here to enjoy this fast food, halal fast food. Simple thing, we neglect it, but this is the main selling point for us to sell, to encourage southern Thailand, to encourage Thai to come here to enjoy the halal. So this is one of the example. So this I'm going to share a little bit on the Malaysia as a Muslim-friendly destination, which I think is very relevant because all of us here we need to promote Malaysia as a Muslim-friendly destination. Right? Okay, as you know, we are very popular in terms of as a Muslim friendly destination. We are number one. In fact, now Indonesia is trying to catch up. I was there in Jakarta last month. They were trying to catch up with us. They say, Indonesia wants to be number one instead of Malaysia, number one of Muslim friendly tourism destination. But we are so lucky, we are still maintain number one now. All right. Okay, there's something to say. And so what is the definition of Muslim friendly and what is the definition of Islamic tourism? Islamic tourism is activities according to Islam. I'm not going to just do, and also Muslim. We have this branding. We call it Muslim-friendly tourism or hospitality. Hospitality means hotels. Activities. You're talking about activities. who do not wish to compromise their faith while traveling for the purpose. I mean, they come here they cannot compromise. They do not compromise of their faith base. So this is very important. People thought it was a small market. It's a huge market, even from the non-Muslim countries like China, Korea. They come here. They want to enjoy. They are Muslim. They want to enjoy here in Malaysia. Okay. And you were talking about small market. No, it's not small market. It's a big market. Globally, 2 billion Muslim. You're talking about ASEAN itself, 255 million tourists, 255 million populations of Muslim here in ASEAN itself. So it's a huge market. If you can get 10%, 10% of the don't talk 10%, but 5% pun cukup lah. Datang Malaysia, enjoying the Muslim activities, Muslims services, Muslims products. That'll be fantastic. So this is a new power which we don't take advantage of it. Right. So and of course, okay, saying that 1 billion of international tourists to 200 million international tourists from 2019 is getting more and more. This is from DINA standard and UNWTO. And the market comprised of the total global, of course, is smaller compared to others, but it's still very big. It's still very big. Muslim market is very big, the whole world. So this is a huge opportunities for all of us, for all the players, the governments, the stakeholders, and also the future leaders to take advantage on these Muslim-friendly destinations. So we call it Malaysia Muslim-friendly destination. Not halal, it's Muslim-friendly destinations. So this what we're saying, that estimate of Muslim tourists to Malaysia is getting more and more. So we need to capture this fast before other countries capture it, right? And top 5 spenders in Malaysia, Muslim and non-Muslim. Of course, number 1 is from the Muslim countries. Saudi Arabia spend at least 2,000 per tourist, US dollar per tourist. UAE, Oman. So they are big spender. They are big spender. So how can we get this dollar, tourist dollar, to spend to our business, our countries? All right. And the halal factor is very important. We are one of the first very important. We have a halal respectable halal logo, very accepted. So this is one of the main selling point, which we position ourselves as a number 1 destination. A lot of fast food has been. I did mention just now. Even the Southern Thai travel agents I brought in, they were so like crazy, going here and there just to enjoy the fast food, halal fast food here. And the facilities are fantastic. Of course, now I was so surprised. Airport in Thailand has done a fantastic job getting better facilities of surau and everything. And hotels, as you know, we have so many compliance hotels, Muslim compliance hotel. And accommodation, they have these recognitions. I'm not going to touch this. I think this you can get it from the MOTAC or Islamic Tourism Council. So there's so many hotels, Islamic Muslim-friendly hotels, even Sunway. And okay, this I'm going to touch a little bit because we were talking about activities or events. They come here to enjoy the experience, activities. So we actually right in front of our eyes, we celebrate a lot of Muslims religious events. Maulidur Rasul, our Muharram, Ramadan, Idul Fitri. Those celebrations, they have their own festival. For example, Ramadan, buka puasa, more in the mosque. These are actually attractions for tourists. In Ramadan, during Ramadan, we have this big breaking fast in front of the Sultan Abdul Samad, Dataran Merdeka. This is very popular among tourists, but not many of us promoting that. Only those who are here in Malaysia, they realize that, oh, we have these activities. But why don't we use this Ramadan fasting activities all over the world to come during Ramadan to enjoy together with all the world, right in front of the historical buildings, Sultan Abdul Samad, right in the middle of the town, next to Dataran Merdeka, the Independence Square. This is good activity and good events. So we need to proactive. We have this Quran recital every year, International Quran recital. We've been known since 1958, but we do not market. We only do those the surround inner circle only knows, but we do not market it. We do not promote it. That's our weakness, because we think that it is nothing. People knows about it, but we need to promote it. We need to promote it. We have so many exhibition or convention. We have Halal Summit. We have Mihas. We have Arts Festival. We have World Islamic Economic Forum. These are the events that people want to know. We need to bring them. We need to promote them to come to Malaysia to participate in this kind of event. So that's why our job, the industry players, the future leaders, to see how we can promote this in the right way, in the right market. Right? All right. So these are some of the points. We have our own Islamic what we call it, medical tourisms, which is getting very popular, especially towards the Middle East. So I'm going to touch that. The education, we have so many colleges, universities receiving a lot of students to study the Islamic things. So these are the things that we need to promote. Most affordable city for the students. I'm so sure you guys agree on that. Even you can makan with $1, $2. You can have a US dollar. You can have a nasi lemak. You can't find it in UK. When I went to UK, we ordered a curry puff. The curry puff alone cost me £5. £5. The curry puff. £5. £5 what? 25 ringgit. 25 ringgit per piece. Here we complain about the oxygen, curry puff, but there we really appreciate how small it is. You really appreciate the curry puff for £5. So this, the foods are here affordable and also can be done. Right. So I think this is one of the selling points. Attraction. There are so many, lot of mosques, a lot of Islamic gardens, and also this complex. So this is very important. These are I'm just telling you. Not many of us promoting this. I have to admit myself. Now I have to see that how can we promote this to maximize, to increase our tourist arrival, quality tourist arrival, especially from Muslim countries. All right. Okay. This is and our assets. We have mosques all over, and these are really active mosques. There are some countries who are not active. The mosques are not active. They just become an architecture. We have active mosques. We have 6,000 mosques who are participating in these tourism initiatives. 6,000 people can go there. Any of the mosques, of course, they have to go. They have to follow the terms and conditions. But there are 6,000. So 6,000 products, 6,000 destinations, and one destination they have so many activities which can be done. Right?
Jadi buat poligami tourism laju lah.
Nanti kena kecam. Kena troll. Yeah, it's true. We have to see how can we promote it to comply our this is the fantastic wish. You ask any travel agents in Malaysia, not many are promoting it. So that's where the travel agents must be innovate. I agree on that. Innovate a lot of this one, and also hoteliers can come in to collaborate with all these products, tourism products, Islamic tourism products. So these are the things, but don't take it too granted. Don't take it too long, because other countries are trying to push. Singapore is one of the top Islamic Muslim-friendly tourism destinations. Indonesia is catching up very fast. They have their commitment. I was told the president is really committed in terms of make sure the tourism's Muslim-friendly tourism destination. Indonesia is a Muslim tourism destination #1. So we cannot take things for granted. We have to move forward. So I need your help, ideas from the future tourism leaders to see how we can use this program. All right. So I think that's a little bit on the things about the challenges and about this one. So we are now moving. We need your help. How we have a new strategy to promote, to collect database, to cross and upsell. We need to have a lot of funnel, a lot of sales funnel. You need to help us on how we can achieve on this. And we have so many products, not only the Islamic, we have ecotourism. Do you know that we have 6,000 species herbs that can bring in Malaysia as a high income nations? So this is one of it. And not only that, we have in Endarompin, we have one of the biggest ant species in the world. And people thought, semut ada ke? Yeah. We ourselves, we jumpa semut, we spray. But there are 20 million ants fans. They love to enjoy, to watch, and to keep ants in their homes. So these are some markets that we try because we are full. So we have so many products, not only the other products, Islamic products, and also the ecotourism products. We need to have a lot of strategies. That's why we need to look at collaboration with the hoteliers like ZAM, with hoteliers like the students, the academia. We need to do that. And the niche markets, huge niche market, durian. There was every year there was this festival, durian festival in New York Park, New York. I'm not so sure, but this is so popular. And this American came all the way just to have durian. Number one durian in the world is where? Musang King, in Malaysia. There's no other place. People taste Thai durian. Once they taste Musang King, that's it, man. No U-turn. So that's where we have to take advantage on this, to try to market it. And a lot of initiative need to be done. And digital platform, we're saying down digital platform. Indonesia has their own platform. India has its own platform. US has its own platform. China has its own platform. What about Malaysia? Do we have our own platform? Are we depending on so much on foreign platform? That's the thing. The thing that we need to ponder. And the segments of the tour operator and travel agents, we need to make sure the tour operators operate and travel agents to market it. So we need to make sure that a lot of initiative because travel agents need to market it. We cannot become a supplier. This need to, and the product distribution is totally different. In terms of dynamic pricing, in terms of the distributions, the wholesaler previously there was more towards the brick and mortar, but now it's more on digital, using channel manager, using the wholesaler concept. So using all these API to embed it to all the tour website. So we need to do all these distributions need to be done. There's a lot of things that need to and in terms of the 10 economies, new economy, Malaysia is number 38. So we need to move up. I think the tourism industry is a big opportunity. If we work together, I think we can move up. This is actually low-hanging fruits. And recently, with this the world economy, we are left behind. We need to see the whole the framework. What is the framework? The environment. That's why we're talking about the cleanliness. We're talking about the health hygiene. We're talking about the regulation. We're talking about the infrastructure, the airlines, the front. Yeah. We're talking about the demands, the natural. So need to be to make sure that they are in the right move. And also we need to have to make sure that all these components, the framework, to be improved. And the future initiative, just now we're saying, what's Mita doing? Mita is trying to get all the new product listing and to educate travel agents, tour operators, hoteliers, new products. If you go to any hotels in Malaysia, in KL, talking about KL, all right? Talking about KL, just go to today, make sure you go to any hotels. You ask, where can I go today? Where can I go today? What kind of activities you go there? A lot of hoteliers, they don't know the stuff. We have this Matic, we have this KLCC activities, and not much of promotion in the hotels. If you go to Phuket, it's full of brochures in the hotel. Now we don't use brochure because the environment. There are a lot of QR codes. So these are the things that we need to make sure once they arrive in KL. Example. Once they arrive in Langkawi, once they arrive in KL, whatever, in Brazil, they must have activities that can be enjoyed by the the spillover is local. We need to make sure the community-based tourism is community must benefit it. If you go to Taman Negara, the community will have their own boats, they have their own activities. So in KL, they must do that. So these are the things that we need to be more collaborate with the hoteliers, with the PBT to have great activities. So these are the things that domestic summit is we are doing that. We hope that we'll be able to even the food, how do you do nasi lemak, how do you cook? In Korea, they have this, how do you do kimchi? How do you do this all these things? Even in Thailand, how do you cook tom yum? But here in Malaysia, where can we find how to cook nasi lemak? How to do the curry puff? Simple thing. Where can I get it? Tourist, I'm a tourist now. Okay, I heard a lot of nasi lemak. Where can I find? Where can I learn about how to do nasi lemak? How to cook nasi lemak? Tak ada kan? So these are the things that and nasi lemak is actually a lot of all nasi lemak is halal gitu. Why can't we promote it? Why can't we create it? So these are the things that, the longer the more activities, the more events, or the more experience we have here in especially in KL, they will stay longer. If you look into the statistics, how many days they stay here in KL? How many days? Not much. Maybe they stay 1-2 days. I'll go business. Of course, they go somewhere else, but we need to spend more. We need to make sure that they spend more. So these are the things that we are trying to work out on this, to work together with the hoteliers, the tour operators, travel agents, the product operators, the event managers, on this for the recovery of this industry, right? And we have to explore new things. Cyber currency are now getting more. So I need your help. The future, the students, I need your help. Please teach me. My mind is blocked. I don't know how to do this NFT. What is NFT? What kind of thing? But they are doing it in overseas. The events, they're doing it. They're doing all this. They're promoting it. But why can't we do it? So these are we hope that we'll be able to get it to help us promoting tourism through smart contracting through this NFT. Yeah. I think basically about it. I'm sharing. Let me see if I can see how can any other questions from Tuan Muhammad Ali. Government Motek Mita should promote the concept of win-win situation. Yes, betul. Agree. Win-win situation. Yeah, halal fast food restaurant. Yes, all the fast food are halal here. So these are one of the selling points. We are having so much kind of food. Even the any food, even they have the Chinese mee food. What Chinese kung fu food also very popular. So these are the thing. These are the selling points. With that, I would like to if you have any questions, I'm back to Siti, and don't forget to connect me. Don't stop to connect me with the we have this link. I'm in LinkedIn, I'm in TikTok in the Uzaidi Udanis, Facebook and Twitter, and we have Clubhouse, we have regular session Clubhouse to share on how we can recover our industry. And I have my own podcast Malaysia Tourism's in podcast available in Spotify and also the iTunes, and of course the TikTok. If I have my handphone there, call me, WhatsApp me, no problem. Please WhatsApp first. I prefer WhatsApp so I can be able to know what is the so please engage, and we need to collaborate. With that, I would like to pass. Thank you very much for your attentions. Thank you very much for your session. But I would like to pass to Siti if there is any question. Back to you, Siti.
Okay, thank you. It seems that we still have a question in the chat that require you to address. Okay, from Mr. Muhammad Ali, he mentioned that question that what is MITA role in assisting or helping Motek and Tourism Malaysia to fulfill the multi-diverse international tourist preference to suit with what Malaysia tourism product can offer? Wow,
yeah, very good questions. Thank you very much for the questions. In fact, MITA is NGO. We are independents. What they call it, associations. It stands for Malaysia Inbound Tourism Associations. That means it's not about travel agents only. It's our members come from all over, from the restaurants, from the chalet, from the boat operator, from a jet ski operators in Langkawi. We have souvenir shops operators. We also, of course, we have travel agents and tour operators. So our role is actually we want to integrate. There's no way for us to be more independent. What do you call it? Self-sufficient. I mean, you cannot work in silo. We cannot work in silo. We have to integrate. The objective is to have to integrate. We have to collaborate. That's the main agenda, to collaborate. So in order to collaborate, we need to have a platform. So this MITA is a platform for them to network, to integrate and to educate. And to be sharing. We have a lot of, for example, just now I did mention that we have a lot of webinars, a lot of workshops, a lot of boot camps, for them to make sure that their knowledge, their skills are in a very high level for us to deliver the services. But we don't have, we don't really asking for capital for anywhere, but we are more self independence. Then we are so lucky that a lot of our members are still survive throughout this pandemics. We know that because they renew their memberships fee. Our membership is very small; it's only 200 ringgit per year, so they renew it. That shows that they are still in business, and they are also happy in all our initiatives. We want to think out of the box. If possible, we don't want to be near the box. Throw the box. We want to see the 360 degrees. That's where we work together with all the industry or all the ministry. For example, the Malaysia Productivity Corporations, we work with on the virtual tourism. People thought virtual tourism is all 3D. No. The virtual platform is more like this, but it's more engagement to, I'm so happy that a lot of our players have enjoyed this kind of platform initiative. One of it is in Sempurna. People thought, they want to know what Sempurna. Who are these people living in Sempurna? How do they live? We have Sea Gypsy in Sempurna. Sea Gypsy. So Sea Gypsy, we have this live show, interact with the local boys, and explain what are the days from morning right to the afternoon, how they school, how they what activity they do, and this intrigue so much by our foreigners, our tourists, especially from European countries, they enjoy engaging with the Sea Gypsy in Sempurna through this platform. At the end of the day, we'll be able to sell the packages, the holiday packages, for them to come to Malaysia, especially on Sempurna. This is example. You're talking about a lot of durian ants, everything. We have their own platform. So Mita is coordinating it and giving out the ideas, trying to suggest and trying to help them in terms of technicality, in terms of the what they call their marketing techniques, everything. But require a lot of calibrations. I really hope that the future leaders here in IUM to be able to help us together with Mita and together with all them. Why it's important? Because if the tourism industry benefited, the country will benefit it. For sure. People come here, people spend money, benefit what? Taxi driver, the makcik, even makcik jual goreng pisang also benefit. The people who do the selling retail thing also benefit it. Everybody will benefit it when the tourists come here. Quality tourists, we're not talking about the quality tourists come here. So they spend money. So it's our job to promote Malaysia. It's our job to help the tourism industry to move forward and to survive and to recover. All right. I think Mita is trying our best to coordinate all these things. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have another question from Dr. Shakin, actually related to the previous question, which is how Mita can collaborate with us at Department of Tourism in IUM or vice versa.
Okay, I think the academia and the industry players is very important. We know that for many years it has a huge gap, but now we need to see how we can narrowing down the gap. And there's plenty of opportunities there. And also we need to work with the international academia, international players, so that we'll be able to position Malaysia as #1 reference center for Islamic Muslim tourism destination, as eco-tourism destinations, as whatever destination or community-based tourism destination, because we have here everything we have here. So we must be a reference center. To be a reference center, we need to connect, and the industry need to connect. There's no point for industry to work in silo. There's no point for the economy to work in silo, because we need each other. So the same concept what we learn from the social media. If I post a posting, nobody like it. It won't go far. Of course, in personal account, Facebook is definitely there's some there. If you maintain, if you have your own Facebook business page, if there's nobody like, it won't go far. That's the algorithm. So we need to calibrate. Same thing as TikTok, because I learned a lot about TikTok. And TikTok, you need to have people who like it, people who comment it, people who share it. So this concept is also applicable to academia and industry. We need to collaborate, and we need to make sure that we are relevant, minimize the gap, and to implement it. How? That's why we need to discuss. We need to discuss and to go in deep dive on all those issues. Thank you.
Perhaps my proposal is that we can have a further discussion with the Department of Tourism, with Mita, and I agreed with your suggestion on the future leaders, the term you are using, future leaders in tourism industry. Perhaps that we can have one program, future leaders in tourism industry, together with Mita and IUM, the Department of Tourism, because we have we have the researchers, we have the students that maybe perhaps Mita can use, can help us to develop our students to be future leaders.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to. We are looking forward to. That's all you want. Looking forward to. Kalau boleh hari ini lagi bagus.
Boleh. Kita boleh buat.
We want to work fast. We want to work fast.
Yeah. Agreed.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
Okay, I think it seems that we cover all the inquiries in the chat. Anyone, audience in the Zoom, may have any inquiries that you wish to ask? Anyone? You may on your mics and ask any question.
Daddy.
Yeah.
I'm not promoting my company, tapi we have some huge projects, inshallah, in Langkawi, and then we would like to be the champion for so-called Muslim-friendly wellness tourism. Okay, Muslim-friendly wellness tourism. Besides yang medical tourism ni. Tapi as you know, and as everybody know, that market for Muslim countries ni billions kan, so we would like to capture that market. Tetapi slowly we try to be champion for the Muslim friendly. Tapi kita go on wellness. So I still exploring konsep wellness ni banyak. Tapi kita nak ke arah tu. Maybe later I can have some talks with Dr. Shakirin on this also as well, dengan juga on how to go about with it in a better punya approach.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, Tuan Zam. Definitely, wellness is a huge business. For the past many years, I think you can see the company like vaccine companies, like they are huge in wellness. Wellness sells, wellness bring in good profits, and of course it's our responsibility to promote wellness in Islamic. We actually naturally our wellness in Islamic is wellness in Islamic comes naturally, so we need to promote that. We hope that we'll be able to attract positive aura in, people were saying, oh, Islam is good compared to now. Is people were so afraid of Islamophobia. So but Islamic wellness is very important. I personally in Mita, we have so many members in wellness, but it's small players. They're mobile. They have this even they have some bidan for they have enterprise company to provide the bidan. These actually are the because more our wellness are more towards the kesihatan compared to Thai reflexology is far. It's more like kepuk, but here is more perubatan. Here in Malaysia perubatan. Keluar angin, it's really perubatan. So this is
which is true. Betul ni jadi, because recently I met my cousin for quite some times. Ask her what she's doing right now. Dia sekarang in confinement punya business tau.
Yeah, there you go. There you
So
go.
dia orang sampai pack. So I kata,
Yeah, there you go.
very fully booked orang kata, fully
Yeah,
booked.
betul.
And some embassy in overseas panggil orang.
Betul.
Bayar for their flight ticket, all those things.
Yeah.
And dia orang punya schedule for macam 6 months dia dah penuh.
Yeah.
Oh, I kata this is good business.
Yes. And this thing, you know, especially in UK, you sell this idea because UK or Thai spa lah, everything. You sell this idea, even you can create franchise for those in UK, and you train the locals there in UK to do this. Same like Thailand. So essentially, it's a huge business, and not to mention about all the minyak, all the lintah, all the kind of minyak, all that. It's actually a huge. So tourism is actually a big door. Open up the door. Once they come in, go through the door, the big door, all kind of things that we can. So this actually benefit all the locals, the country. So that's why you say tourism industry is very important for us to support and to improve, so that the country will improve it. And I'm talking about just now, the professor, we was concerned about the students, the future leaders. Okay, most of the tourism students keluar. How do they involve in tourism industry? How they can become a tourism place? One of it is tour guides. Of course, tour guides also enjoy a lot of things, benefits. But to have a license to guides, it requires about 7,000 ringgit. 7,000 ringgit. So we in MITA, we're trying our best to persuade the ministry, so that those students who are in tourism or tourism department, tourism study, automatically they get this badge, tour guide badge. So they can be able to be independent, to create jobs, to do, rather than just waiting for the travel agents to employ them. So they it's like legal. You do for those who study law in local, they don't need to do any CLP exam. Okay, of course the foreign, the Malaysian student who study in foreign, they have to come back, they want to practice, they have to take CLP. But Malaysia, for those who are doing law in local, they don't need to have CLP, so they can practice their law professionalism. Same goes to tourism. There must be some integrations between the ministry and also education, so that they be able to easy for them to absorb, not to go to other industry, absorb in industry, because it's a waste. They study in 4 years, 5 years, then they go out and they do something else.
Macam mutawif lah jadi.
Sorry?
Macam mutawif lah.
They need to be absorbed. They need to support. They need to do this one, so they can be, because their education, their knowledge, they can be applicable. So that's why one first step is for them, once they go out, they'll be able to get this automatic tour guide badge. They don't have to spend any single cent. If they want to go, if they want to take now, it costs 7,000 ringgit for them to take exam, to do all the courses. So it's a waste. It's mostly redundant. That's how.
Nanti we will set a meeting with you, Mr. Uzaidi.
Okay.
And another thing is that I just like to make an announcement, perhaps that about the wellness, wellness spa, for information that the Malaysia standard through the DSM, Department of Standard Malaysia, is try to come out with the new MS, Malaysia standard for Muslim friendly wellness spa. Dia dalam we have 2 meetings, we have one workshop to develop this MS Malaysian standard on Muslim friendly wellness spa, insyaAllah. When the MS come out, nanti the industry can use it.
Boleh lah,
how
Dr.
to be a
Syakir.
Muslim friendly.
You put me in the loop, Put me in the loop.
InsyaAllah.
Bagus tu, because we are hearing that. I think with that MS ni, it should memperkasakan lagi lah our objective tu.
Good. Calibration. That's what we need. Calibration.
Yes, collaboration and engagement.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Okay. Anything else for Siti?
Okay. I think that's anyone from the floor. Do you have any inquiries? If not, I think we're going to end the session. But I believe that just now you mentioned that having 2 hours lecture seemed that sorry, but now we actually already have 2.5 hour session together and getting a very interactive session from the floors and Encik Zamzuri having a lot of experience sharing. Thank you very much.
Dr. Syafrin, tadi makan ke?
Virtual
our new product in IUM, we have a K8 bus cafe. Perhaps Encik Zaidi boleh datang ke sini.
Yeah, looking forward to.
Mana tu?
In kuliah architecture in Gombak campus.
Oh,
okay. Alright. Yeah.
Ya, lama pun tak jumpa ni tadi.
Okay, good. Right.
Okay, I think with that we come to the end of the session. Once again, thank you very much, Mr. Zaidi, for this such insightful sharing. And as mentioned by Dr. Shakin, we'll contact you as soon as possible, inshallah, for further collaboration, inshallah, between MITA and IIM. With that, I think let us close our session with Tasbih Kafara and Suratul Asr. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you very much, Doctor. Thank you, Suci. Thank you, Zam.
Thank you, Mr. Zaidi. Thank you. Semua, Encik Zam.
Okay, Roger.
Assalamualaikum.
Thanks.